Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So I have been having some more fun with this uncollected Thanos. I absolutely love this fight. I think it's a perfect place where to go and practice, and so anyways I figured I'm gonna try some more different champions and see how I do with them. And I decided that Night Rusher should be a good option just because how he can ramp up his damage with the Furies. He has some damage over time debuffs. He has power gain while he's under 1 bar of power, so first section should be quite easy. And yeah, so let's see how we do here. So we're just kind of got the first debuff on Thanos. The Disorient doesn't really do anything for us, but that still counts as a gadget debuff, so it lets us activate Taunt and start building our Furies. And so we got him in the first phase, so that means we need to basically intercept his special attacks every time he uses his special attack. So in other words, we need to have our own special ready by the time he's able to use his special attack, which is quite cool. But with Night Rusher, he also has a power gain mechanic every time we dexterity or parry under 1 bar of power. So it only means that we need to have about like half a bar of power by the time he uses his special attack, and we're gonna gain whatever else is needed from his power gain mechanic. Anyway, so we have a nice chunk of debuffs here going on. We are at 10 Furies, we have a bunch of debuffs on him, we're doing good damage, and we're just sailing through this fight. And we're weaving in some heavy attacks just to make sure the debuffs don't expire. Even though if they do expire, it's not the end of the world. The main thing is that we have our Furies on. But yeah, so he's at 62% here, so we did straight away dash back in, removed that inverted controls thing. And now we're just gonna chip away at him. So here, unfortunately, I'm a tiny bit too late, so our debuffs fall off, but it's not a big deal. Because, yeah, we still have our Furies on, we can still trigger bleeds, and that's what matters. So anyways, I decided that I'm gonna launch a level 3 here, and that's why I built it up to it. Just because that level 3 is gonna extend all our bleed duration by 75%. And that means we're just gonna be having more damage over time effect. But yeah, aside from that, nothing too difficult here. One good thing about Night Rusher in this fight, as well, that I haven't mentioned, is that he's extremely tanky. We can eat a lot of hits and block, we can take a lot of parries, and he's hardly gonna lose any health. So it's definitely quite useful. But again, we parry the beam, we evade the illusion balls or whatever they are, and we're just having at it. So yeah, another kind of safe and good tactic while Thanos is under 40% is to parry and then remove the inverted controls, because if you can still stun him, parry mechanic is still exactly the same. It's not inverted, so it's not a difficult thing to parry him, and then while the stun is on, kind of figure out which way you need to dash and finish a combo with light. Anyways, we nearly messed up there. Luckily he didn't punish us. So he's at our last phase. Last phase is the trickiest with Night Rusher, and he really isn't too good for it, just because he removes all debuffs on him whenever he's knocked down and he loses all his Furies. And that is gonna gimp our damage in the last phase by a lot. But anyways, we still have plenty enough health, we have willpower healing is up, so I think we should be able to squeeze this through, just so long as we don't mess up too badly. So here we're gonna eat another level 3 of Thanos. He's at 24% over here. But we are on 90% health. We're not gonna take more than 20% damage, so we're good. We nailed the intercept, so that means we have Safeguard back on. That means next special 3, we're not gonna take more than 20% damage as well. So he's at 23% health here. And I think I pressed it a tiny bit too late, so we didn't do any damage with this special attack. But oh well. We still have plenty of health, we can still keep going. So yeah, another successful intercept, so Safeguard is back up. And we're gonna eat another level 3 from Thanos. But as you can see, the willpower is putting in a great amount of work, and it's kind of healing us back up considerably. And yeah, so another few intercepts here. So he's at 17%, we're launching our level 3 here again. This last bit with Night Rusher definitely isn't the most ideal option, but He's definitely a really great option for the first 2 phases, 100%. Last one, not so much. And yeah, we're eating a level 3 again here. So, and successful intercept, safeguards back on. We're still above 50%, so we still can eat a couple of these level 3s. We take a few hits in a block. That wasn't too good with all the armor breaks. So it would have been such a good level 3 if I managed to do another intercept here, but oh well. So we're gonna eat another level 3 from Thanos. We're taking a bunch of these with Night Thrasher. That's kind of annoying. And here I made a mistake and another one, so I nearly died over here. But thankfully we didn't, and we still had Heimdall's energy, but I just didn't want to waste it on like a silly mistake. And here we're gonna shoot our level 3. He's at 7%, and let's see what he remains at. He's at 3%. Jesus, this is taking us a while. And yeah, we're taking another level 3 from him, so this time Heimdall is gonna have to save us. And hopefully we can manage an intercept and kill him off before he gets to another level 3. And that's exactly what we do here. We finish the fight out after quite a bunch of level 3s. I think half of the fight was what we spent in the last section here. But yeah, anyways, Night Thrasher solos uncollected Thanos and wasn't too bad. Next fight I wanted to take a look at was Guillotine, just because Guillotine should have kind of like an opposite effect of Night Thrasher, because she will not be the perfect champion to start out just because she doesn't really have any power gain mechanic, but she should be able to kill the Thanos off in third section with one level 3, just because how her souls work, dealing 2% of opponent's health per soul on activation of level 3. So start of the fight is definitely going to be tricky because she doesn't have any power gain, and it's only a rank 4 Guillotine as well. But yeah, basically the name of the game here is just to make sure we have a level 1 ready by the time he gets to his level 1. And then at that point, the most important bit is not to shoot it too early and make sure we actually do intercept him with our level 1. Otherwise, we're going to be in big trouble. And then slowly but surely, we're going to building those souls up. And as the souls build up, our damage is going to build up thanks to Night Thrasher synergy. And we're going to be critting more. We're going to be stealing health more. And that should help us to kind of like see the fight through to the last 30%. But yeah, again, we're awaiting his level 1. We're like at a bar and a half of power. It's cool. We do successfully intercept him. Here we missed a parry, but he threw a heavy. That's fine. We got an opening anyways. And now successful parry. So we're about 60 hits in. He's at 74%. But it should be picking up from now because we are at 10 souls already. That means our damage should be increasing and we should be starting to crit a lot more. As you can see here, like 4 out of 5 hits were crit. But yeah, 11 souls, still keeping at it. He's at 66%, so nearly in the second phase. So here finally he snaps, enters his second phase. We quickly dash in, finish a combo with light attack to remove inverted controls, throw the level 1. And that's gonna be pretty much planned here, just to kind of try and get the inverted controls off ourselves as quickly as possible and be as aggressive as we can and let the bleeds do some work. Because we do have maxed out deep wounds and we do have suicides, so the bleed damage is quite considerable over here. We're at 14 souls. If we want to kill him with one level 3, we need 15 souls, which is what we're at right about now. So that's perfect. Our damage is increased massively. And we have enough souls to make sure we can kill him with one level 3. So now the main thing is just not to mess up. Here I still have inverted controls on me. I land a parry, finish combo with light, get it off, and just chip away at him. So he's at 44%. So I can still parry him a couple of times, but after that we're gonna have to take some risky plays and do some intercepts and stuff. But yeah, anyway, so nice amount of bleeds. He's at 39, so no parry works. We just block bait heavy here. He's at 36%, so we parry the first beam, away the second two, and now we're going to be going in for intercept. We failed, but luckily he throws a heavy attack. We react and adapt and evade it, even with inverted controls, get our opening. We're on 2%, 4%. So he's on 4% health, but he enters the last phase. So now only thing we had to do is nail a successful intercept. Unfortunately, we messed that up, but Heimdall saved us. So now I am quite in tight spot, and thank God I did manage to intercept him on that last bit just before he activated his level 3. And with that, the fight should be over because we had enough souls on us. And yeah, that's why I think Guillotine is also a solid option for this fight. Just because if the last bit is what you find tricky, then she can get that done in one level 3. And yeah, let's move to the third and more kind of cheesy option. I never expected to make a video about this guy because I absolutely and utterly hate that guy. Oh yeah, here I'm just showing off the synergy team that I used. But yeah, anyways, so the last bit is Thor Ragnarok. We're using all the Asgardian synergies with Hela, Heimdall, Loki, and Gladiator Hulk and all that stuff. And so the plan here is to play around Thor's power gain and his level 3. As we can see, he hits like a wet noodle at the moment. So we're 20 hits in and Thanos has lost like 2% health. That's not good at all for a rank 4 5-star champion. But hopefully we can change that once we get our level 3 and kind of ramp him up. So yeah, 30 hits in. We did activate our Heimdall synergy. We got the Fury on, so that's going to help with our damage output a bit. So here he enters his first phase, and we had our level 3 ready. That's how weak Thor Ragnarok hit. We managed to get to level 3 by the time he lost 5% health. Anyway, so we activate level 3, and now the things get interesting. So we're going to be stacking a lot of shocks, armor breaks, and stunning him quite a bit. We also get power gain from the Thor's ability. On every 40 hits, we're going to get that massive power gain. And so we're just going to trying to keep this fight as aggressive as we can. And just keep an eye on that combo meter of ours. But yeah, so far we're not doing too bad. Thanos is at level 1, so we're gonna wait that. Luckily we have our own special ready, so we're using that. And we have the God of the Bane active, or whatever it's called. So we also can stun on these and shock him and all sorts of fun stuff. So Thor is a decent champ after his level 3. He's absolute garbage before his level 3. I think that's why people don't really like to use him, but for fights like this, especially where opponents don't have special 3 active, I think he's quite an alright champion. There, I said it. I didn't think I ever would. I really don't like this champion. But yeah, anyways, so we launch another level 3. As we can see, like, our damage output isn't bad at all because we have all the synergies active, we have his special abilities active. He's sticking with shock and his armor broken. We're actually hitting decent now as well, so he's going down quite quickly. So he entered his second phase. Immediately we dash in to punish it, and we just kind of trying to be as aggressive as we can to get to as many level 3s as we possibly can. But yeah, so he's at 55% here. We activated our power gain. That's perfect timing with our level 3 because we use our level 3, and after that our power gain is still going to be active and we're still going to gain a decent chunk of power. And this was probably one of the more fun Thanos fights I ever had because I didn't expect Thor to do as well as he did here. And the fight was actually really easy. I think that was my first attempt. So yeah, we're just keeping at it. Those stuns help us by giving us extra openings. The shock is really putting in some decent work here. Armor breaks as well. As you can see, he's sticking away for a lot. So we block bait a heavy attack here just because he's stun immune at this point. So we avoided that. And he's at 35%. So we block bait heavy here and just keeping at it. Unfortunately, we didn't get the power gain there yet. We do now, so we're going to shoot it off already. Maybe I should have saved it, but whichever. So yeah, we're gonna launch level 3. He's nearly in the last phase, and last phase isn't gonna be too bad either, because Thor obviously is an Avenger, so he can't take more than 15% damage. But yeah, so yeah, again, a bunch of shocks on him. Here he shoots his level 2, but I think it was already a time where he should have snapped, so it does absolutely nothing. Anyways, we nearly messed up here. And now we can try for an intercept again. We succeed here, luckily. Here we fail, however, but we do hit his block, so he didn't punish us. Anyway, so now we're gonna eat a special 3 from Thanos, which isn't too big of a deal. Again, because we are an Avenger, so we only take 15% damage. Here, another nearly mistake. Now I'm being a lot more careful because I kind of don't want to mess up this attempt. And yeah, we managed an intercept. We're shooting off our level 3. Let's check how much damage that does. I think we only had about 7 armor breaks on though, so it shouldn't be too much. We're definitely gonna need at least 1 more level 3. Anyway, so I'm gonna leave this fight to finish out in a second. I hope you guys did enjoy all 3 of the fights, just because these champions are kind of a bit more different from what you would normally see or use fighting Thanos. And yeah, these are probably my last videos about this Thanos, because I think I have uploaded enough already. But if you do still enjoy these videos, please do feel free to leave a like, share it, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'm gonna see you guys soon.